Hey Rusty Bubs, YouTube channel followers, subscribers, welcome back. Just a quick short little video here, an update on the Rambler compliance. So took it in a week ago Tuesday, and he went through it and called me back that same day. I went and picked it up. So he failed the compliance on two issues. So the first one is just one of those things. So what he said is he looked over the brakes, and while the brakes were all good, he couldn't find a manufacturer code on them anywhere, so he couldn't comply them based off of the fact that he didn't know what they were. There's still like ½ inch of meat on them, or a $1/4 inch or whatever. So there's still plenty of shoe left, but he couldn't pass them on the compliance. Now, if it was just a regular warrant of fitness check or what's like a safety, they don't even take the wheels off. So they would have just tested it on making sure that it did break and then passed it. But because he's taking it all apart for initial compliance, he said they have to have a manufacturer code so he can look up online what the specs are supposed to be. I remember running into this with the motorcycle years ago here. They couldn't find the code on the disc for the front wheel of my bike, so they had to go and try and get it from Honda and all sorts of stuff. But it was the same kind of thing. Anyways, nothing I can really do about that, so I ordered new shoes for all 4 wheels, and then the 2 front wheel cylinders started leaking between when I had them off last year and now once they've went in. He said they were leaking pretty bad. I don't know if that's true or not, but anyways, throw a couple wheel cylinders, and then that mechanically everything else passed. All of the things that I thought might pop up, like only having a rear view mirror on a wing mirror on the left side and not the right side, and you're driving on the left side of the road here, I thought might pop up. The fact that it doesn't have amber turn signals in the back, but because of the age, all that stuff didn't matter. Seatbelts didn't matter. All that stuff passed, no problem. So the brakes I'll do tonight. I'm not going to show the video on that because there's 100 videos or 1,000 videos of changing drum brake shoes on the interwebs. And I kind of went over some of that last time on a previous video, so you can check that out in the previous videos. The other thing, you remember a couple videos back, the alligator undercoating that we did on the car. So I had done that because the previous owner, who never had it registered in Canada, scraped a whole bunch of undercoating off, and I just wanted to put it back on so it wouldn't rust, because being right by the beach here. Turns out he flagged it because obviously it's new undercoating, so what have I done? So he required me to get a repair certificate for the vehicle, even though I haven't done any repairs. So I'll flip the camera around here and show you the sheet. So this was his repair or reject checklist. So on here you can see right front wheel cylinder, left front wheel cylinder, replace front shoes, non-comply, replace rear shoes, non-comply, and then refer to certifier, under seal, and welds. So because it was sealed, he said, I don't know if there's been changes or what. So that was all. The hubcaps are just off right now because I've got to take all the wheels off anyways. So all on this side, remember I undercoated a whole bunch on this side. And so I've taken it to the certifier, and he says, nah, everything's fine, it's all good. It's just, whoever did it in the previous restoration or whatever did a fine job, and there was no issues. But part of the certifying is that we also have to get an alignment done. He's got to show that on the sheet. It's kind of like if you were to get your car in a wreck and it's all twisted up, the auto body shop would repair all that. If there's any frame damage or twisting, they actually get a frame certificate to show that it's been repaired properly. Same kind of deal. It's all just seems like it's just pushing paperwork here, but it is what it is. That's all done now. Well, I've got to take the alignment in. He was going to do it on Friday, but it was going to just sit there all weekend till Monday anyway, so I figured I might as well do the brakes over the weekend. take it in on Monday. By Tuesday, all of the work should be done, and I gotta actually phone the guy who's doing the compliance to see if he needs the car back or if he just wants to see the paperwork. And I say that because he gave me a sheet that looks like this. So it's a brake repair declaration. I fill this out with all of my linings and the part numbers and manufacturers and everything. I sign it at the bottom, and he said if I give him this, then he won't even take the wheels off. He's just gonna pass it all. So hopefully I don't have to bring it back down there for him just to look at the paperwork, because I got to trailer it down there, of course, and everything. And by the way, my gas guzzler here, the 4.6 liter V8 Explorer frame chassis, it tows this car on the trailer like it's not even there. So definitely happy with the towing capacity of this unit here. Hey, I know I said I wasn't going to show you any of this work on these drum brakes because there's hundreds of videos and some really good ones about rebuilding drum brakes. Obviously this is the front spindle, there's the drum. I've got the new wheel cylinder mounted, just putting these on. And how I like to do them is I like to put the shoes on with this keeper spring first, and that is a real pain in the butt to get the pin through the little slot there and hold the spring tight and everything and hold the shoe in place, and you kind of need a third hand, and if you don't have someone helping and you don't have the right tools. I actually learned this trick kind of when you buy like struts or whatever. Sometimes they come with a strap holding them together so they're smaller to ship. So that's kind of the idea here. You can press the little spring, put 2 zip ties, one on each side, make sure that the locking nub is off to the side, and then when you place that on there, it's already compressed and you can just fiddle the thing in with your fingers. You don't have to worry about it springing into your face. And then once it's in, you just snip the 2 things and they just fall out, easy as. And that's it. It's all in. You can see the marking in case the guy gets real pedantic and wants to take them apart. You can see that they are something. Whatever that means. Wagner. Yep, there we are. 169 EE. New ones of these will bleed those. Again, there's hundreds of videos on bleeding brakes, so I'm not going to go through that. And we'll put this back together. The service manual says between 1 thou and 10 thou of bearing end play, which basically means none. So if you had a dial indicator, I guess you'd show it, but it needs to turn nice, and basically you want to be able to spin it around and it to go around 1.5 times before it stops. That's kind of the rule of thumb. I think I went over that in a previous video. Okay. Hey, that's just a little update on the Rambler. It's not a very long video and not really turning wrenches because what I'm doing tonight you've already seen. Hopefully the next video I have will be showing you the plates on this car and drive cruising it around. So